What's up guys, Readiness Rations here with you again, and we are checking out another old school brown bag MRE. This is menu number 3, Chicken Stew, a vintage meal ready to eat menu that I've never had the opportunity to try out. This meal kit is almost certainly over 30 years old at this point. We'll find out for sure when we get into it, and I'm looking forward to seeing how things taste after all that time. Before we crack it open, I just want to remind you guys to give this video a thumbs up to help it out with that algorithm. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my future ration review content, both old and new, and drop me a comment letting me know what ration you would like to see me review next. Now let's check out some brown bag chicken stew. Chicken stew made its debut as an MRE menu in 1988, and it actually stuck around for 10 years through 1998 at that menu number 3 spot. In 1999, it was replaced by beef teriyaki. So this one had a pretty good run. This one was packed by Sopaco in South Carolina. Let's cut into it here. I'll be opening that with my Cold Steel Voyager Vaquero. Uh-oh. I see some leakage going on. That is not a good sign. So the first item is a pack of freeze-dried peaches. It's kind of hard to make out there, but that does say peaches. It is always a win when you can run across one of these freeze-dried fruits. They are delicious. We do have a pack of crackers, a cocoa beverage powder, Type 1 fortified, a 1.5 ounce package of peanut butter. Our spoon is stuck to our accessory pack. This is one of the old school accessory packages. It has a contents list on it, but we'll open that up in just a moment. To the back of that, we have another stuck item, and that appears to be a beverage base powder, lemon lime. And this might be where our stickiness is coming from, because this package is actually cut, and we can see that shiny, sticky, sugary substance kind of leaking out of it. The box for the main entree is pretty saturated in what I'm hoping is contents leaked from that beverage powder. Chicken stew seems fairly natural actually. That's an 8 ounce main packed by Ameriqual, and the data packing on that is the 335th day of 1990, the same year I was born. The retort pouch appears to be uncompromised, but we do have a little bit of delamination going on, and it feels like there's a little bit of air in it. That's a tad bit concerning. Let's rip into this accessory package. It is all sticky. In that, we have the tried and true Lighthouse toilet paper, a wet nap moist towelette, a package of non-dairy creamer, 6 grams of sugar, a dark brown or black package of Taster's Choice instant freeze-dried coffee. I'm really hoping this one's in good shape. 4 grams of iodized salt, the classic caramel company, milk, caramels, caramel, chewy and delicious. That's a bit doubtful seeing as how this thing's over 30 years old. A sort of browned pack of peppermint chewing gum, and lastly a green pack of matches with red tips. Since this MRE is from the days before the flameless ration heater, I will have to boil our main to heat it up. So while I get our retort pouch on to boil, we'll get everything else plated up, and then we'll dig in. I do intend to give that compromised beverage base powder a shot, but we'll save that for just a minute. Firstly here, I want to get a look at this Taster's Choice. This item very rarely survives, but when it does, it is a treat. And that looks absolutely perfect. Doesn't smell like much, but this coffee usually tastes pretty great. Dump that in our glass. Sort of light brown freeze-dried coffee crystals. I guess we'll check out this creamer, although it does feel a bit stiff. Oh yeah, that's all crumbly and hardened. I don't think we'll be using that one today. I will sweeten it up with our sugar though. Oh yeah, as soon as the water hit that coffee, that robust roasted coffee aroma slapped me right in the nose. That dissolved beautifully. Currently it's too hot to drink. While we're dealing with hot drinks here, we will take a look at our cocoa beverage powder. Now the powder looks to be in ideal condition, but that smells pretty terrible. It smells musty, has this sort of off milk kind of smell. I guess we'll have to give this a taste to see if it's worth actually mixing up. So I got quite a substantial amount on my finger there. Off the finger, it tasted okay, so we'll mix it up. It definitely has a bit of a chemical aftertaste. It's not in prime shape, but it might turn out okay. Ideally, I would take this coffee and dump it in on top of this cocoa powder to make a mocha, but since the cocoa is a little questionable, I don't want to sell our perfect Taster's Choice coffee. If you want to see the absolute worst cocoa beverage powder I've ever encountered, I'll post that video up here for you guys. It was from an LRP from the 1960s. It was actually the ration that I had when I was on HBO, and that cocoa beverage powder was terrible. I'm hoping this is a little better. All right, now that our hot drinks are prepared, let's check out this super sticky lemon lime beverage powder. It is cut a couple times. I don't know how it managed that. Oh no. Look at that. I'll do my best to tear into it here. It's just a sheet of moist, sticky brown lemon lime. Still smells like lemon lime, but that just looks awful. It's so wet. I don't know how that moisture got in the pack to make this thing as wet as it is. Let's try it out. Very sour, a little sweet. Surprisingly enough, it doesn't taste all that bad. We'll try to mix it up. Break it off piece by piece here. These are supposed to be beverage powders, not beverage slimes. Whatever's left behind is just gonna have to stay behind. Before I go stirring that, I need to get this sticky off of my hands. Look at it on the wet nap there. We're gonna see if this wet nap is still wet. And it feels like it is. That is crazy. This ration is pushing 33 years old, and the moist towelette is just as moist as the day it was packed. See if that can help alleviate our sticky problem we're dealing with. It sort of tore all to pieces, but my hands are no longer sticky. These drink mixes call for 12 ounces of water. I'm using room temperature here in hopes that it will mix up a little better than if the water was cold. And we got some floaters going on. That looks like a layer of sediment at the bottom of a river or pond. I can tell right away this is gonna take a lot of stirring. It's looking like I could just keep stirring that forever and there would still be sediment in the bottom. It smells like soap. I really doubt that's gonna be good, but we'll find out in a minute. I think we've earned a sip of coffee, so let's try out that dark brown pack taster's choice. Sweet, sharp acidity, no bitterness to speak of whatsoever. That is really outstanding instant coffee. It's a shame these are so rarely in drinkable condition because they're one of the best coffees that have ever been put in MREs. That's good stuff. This retort pouch puffed up like a balloon while it was cooking. Before we get into this guy to see how it is, I want to try out our peanut butter and cracker. This peanut butter is going to need a thorough kneading to get all those oils reincorporated. The good thing about peanut butter and rations is that by all indications, this stuff literally lasts forever. I've been doing military ration reviews for about 4 years at this point, and I've had many an old peanut butter during that time, and not once was there anything wrong with it. Tear into that. Is still a little bit separated, but doesn't look too bad. It just looks like peanut butter. Peanut butter as old as I am. Down the hatch. Sticks to your mouth, but that's 100% perfect. A lot more salty than the modern peanut butter is. In today's MREs, the peanut butter has a far more sweet taste. This is a very nice salty peanut butter, and I really like that. Peanut butter by itself is just sad, so let's check out our crackers here. There was a nice vacuum on that. These crackers are a little bit more pale than I was expecting. Usually these old ones are very brown and toasty. The corners are a little cracked, but they're still mostly in one piece. Those smell 100% perfect. I'm happy about that. A little bit crumbly. Looks as it should, and we'll give that a taste. Yep, fantastic. Awesome, nutty, bready taste. Just a little bit of salt. Delightfully crispy, and I think it will go perfect with the peanut butter here. Peanut butter and cracker. That salty peanut butter really makes it. That is a great combination. The late 80s, early 90s era might be the best era for peanut butter and crackers in US MREs. We'll wash that down with a sip of our cocoa beverage here. Has a little bit of a head on it, and there appears to be a little bit of sediment in the bottom there. Let's see how she tastes. It's not triggering my gag reflex, so that's a good thing. It's sweet, it's creamy, chocolatey. It does have this harsh chemical aftertaste, but despite smelling a little bit like old milk, it doesn't have any old sour milk flavor. I think it's pretty good. Is it the best? No, but it's good enough for me to drink. Since both the coffee and the hot cocoa seem to have held up okay, I guess we'll mix them together. When we do it this way, things are watered down just a little bit. The best way to make a mocha with an MRE is to use the amount of water that you would use to hydrate the cocoa powder, and then just add your pack of freeze-dried coffee to it. But hopefully, it tastes pretty good like this. We'll see. Oh yeah, it's a good deal more sweet now. That coffee flavor actually covers up that chemical flavor. Those mix together great. I like it better like this than them being separated for sure. Chocolate and coffee just mix so well. Whenever you can run across both of those in a ration, it is a treat to be celebrated. One last sip there. That was fantastic. Time has come for our main chicken stew from 1990. This is a very harsh description, but it has an almost vomit smell to it. I wonder if this has cheese in it. It kind of smells like it does. Oh yeah, look at that. Still has good color to it. Most everything slid right out. It is wafting a very cheesy smell. I did a double take on the ingredients here, and it does have dehydrated cream cheese, so that's where that smell's coming from. In that, we have carrot, we have our chicken chunks. The sauce it's in seems a little bit slimy and stringy. We have a lot of green peas, and they don't really appear to be that broken down. Potato chunks. There's a nice little crescent of celery, little piece of onion there. Don't really see any herbs, but the amount of chicken looks adequate. It's the sauce that I'm worried about. It seems so stretchy and stringy, quite odd, and that cheesy smell really is nauseating. The chicken is non-processed. It's dark meat, it looks like. It has stringy muscle fibers that are breaking apart easily with the spoon here. That piece looks a little dry. I wouldn't be surprised if the meat is pretty dry in this. I guess it's time for a taste. We'll get some of our chicken, a potato, a carrot, and a pea, a little bit of everything, and let's see how MRE chicken stew tastes. It's a little metallic. The cheese is in the background. It doesn't taste as bad as it smells. I need another little taste of those carrots because I really didn't pick up on them at all in that first bite. The carrots are very soft, a little bit sweet. This tinny metallic flavor it has going on is not very good. Let's get a more substantial bite of just straight chicken here. The chicken is dry and a little bit chewy. And now that I'm getting into that chicken, I am feeling a little bit of numbness. That's a really large bite down the hatch. Yeah, my mouth is feeling pretty numb at this point. That's a phenomenon that you only run into in really old rancid food. I probably wouldn't recommend anybody else to eat this, but I'm not really afraid of it making me sick. It's just well past its prime flavor-wise. I guess we have to try some on a cracker here since the crackers are included. That is really a large amount with everything in the mix. Maybe the cracker will absorb some of those off flavors. Let's see. Cracker makes it go down a lot easier. I'd really like to know how this menu tastes when it was super fresh, because at this point I don't think this is that great of an example. If I had to guess, I'd say this menu wasn't that bad. But when you have a cheese product that sits in a pouch for 30 years, it's rarely going to taste like it did when it was in prime condition. I think that's what we're dealing with this one. Since my mouth is pretty numb from that old chicken, I guess we'll wash that out with some of our lemon lime beverage. Look at how brown this is. Smells like nothing. Oh. Tastes really bad. It has a little bit of sourness. All the sweetness is gone. Kind of makes me wonder if maybe the sugar was kind of converted to alcohol or something, like it fermented. I don't really know. No, it's just bad. It's borderline flavorless as far as lemon lime taste goes. All you really get is a little bit of sourness and then a heaping serving of old taste. Yeah, no thanks, I'm done with that one. These freeze-dried peaches should still be good. Oh yeah, that looks perfect. Look at that yellow and red, super light, styrofoam-like feel. These are always their absolute best freshly out of the pack. Since all the moisture is removed from the peaches, as soon as this is exposed to the atmosphere, it starts absorbing water from the air around us, and it will become a little bit chewy. As of right now, it should be pretty crunchy, so let's see. Oh yeah. That is perfect. Sweet and tangy, awesome peachy fruitiness. These are one of the best items they have ever put in MREs. And the bad thing is you can only get them in these really old ones because they were discontinued. Should you wish, you can rehydrate this with some water to make sort of a peach mush, but in my opinion, these are best enjoyed in their unrehydrated, crunchy form. Time for some chewy and delicious milk caramels. They are individually wrapped, and they're a little oily and slippery. Getting out of that wrapper is a bit of a struggle. And there's our caramel, a little shiny, nice and squishy. Doesn't smell inviting. Smells like chemicals. Let's try it out. Yeah, not good. Oh, it's burning. I think whatever milk is in this has definitely gone bad. It is sweet, and it has that caramelized sugar taste, but there is a very bad background taste in this, and it's literally burning my mouth, so I don't think these are good to eat at all. One won't hurt. Probably should just threw that last piece away. Chewy, yes. Delicious, no. To get that caramel taste out of my mouth, we'll go in for another bite of our main here. It really does smell like vomit. I know that's gross to say, but I keep it real with you guys. One last bite here. Now that it's cooling off, it's even worse than it was before. The crackers are doing a good job to cleanse my palate. And I think that is menu number 3, chicken stew from 1990. In the books, I hate that we didn't have a better condition example. Even though I did try pretty much everything in here, it's not exactly still good edible condition. Maybe one day I'll run across another one of these that's in better shape, and we'll do another review. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up to help it out with the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel to catch all of my future ration review content. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the video. And if you've had the chicken stew and it was in better condition, let me know how it tastes. I will catch you guys in the next video. See you then. Peace.